Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? GM, and welcome back. It is Monday morning. Did I have my? No, I got to fix that. Let me put the caption up there for you guys. But it is Monday morning, August 18th, 2025. And I'm excited to be here, guys. Welcome back to SMS Live, GM. And here to kick your morning off with Solana Made Simple, give you the latest of Bitcoin, Solana, and what's moving in Web3. The quote of today is hard work and consistency equals results. Never give up on your goals, man. You can't think negatively. You can't have any kind of doubt. Once you start letting that stuff creep in, man, you're just defeating yourself, and it's you're fighting an uphill battle. I cannot stress that enough. I used to think like, nah, well, if you just kind of internalize it, and yet no, you're putting conflicting thoughts together. And if you think you're broke and you want to be wealthy, you're probably going to stay broke. You're not gonna really escalate and move up the ladder by thinking, man, it sucks, I'm so broke. Like, you got to think, you know what, I'm rich, I just got to go get it. You know what, like, you got to have this mindset and just constantly be delusional on it's possible. Like, I don't know how else to say that to you guys, but hard work and consistency equals results. If you show up every single day, you're gonna wake up one morning and overnight success. I swear to God, it's real. I've been saying it for 5 years, and I think today I can officially say it's true. For those of you that don't know, I made an announcement today. I officially start as the social media and community lead for Marinade Finance. It's a huge fucking milestone for me, and proof that if you stay disciplined, you keep showing up, and you never give up, the results will absolutely come. I'm extremely grateful, but it's not one of those things like I didn't earn it. It's not one of those things that's undeserved. I just kept going, and I put a request in. I said, hey, you guys look for an opportunity, and here we are. Going on, I will be the social media and community lead at Marinade Finance, the content marketing lead at DD Gaming Labs, and a member of the Zeus working group with Zeus Network, guys. It's been a blast, man. Getting to this point has been one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Because it's not just, showing up and being here. It's going through all of the good and the bad, the ups, the downs, and just navigating the space, coming into the space, not knowing a lick of anything and being willing to learn. I think that says a lot. Let me expand this for you guys. Perfect. But yeah, tap in, guys. We're going to be talking a little bit more about things and diving into it. Just got done a really, really good space with Nick, with Gambles, Bullish Vibes. We had Jared on there talking about him doing consulting and marketing, starting his own firm from basically scratch, from the experience that he has from the space. Something I tell you, was saying in there, and I've said to you guys before, take notes. Like, this is all from that space, just a bunch of notes, stuff that's, I may or not have heard of, but stuff that I wanted to kind of double down on and look into. I mean, I always say it to you guys, success leaves clues. It's worth looking into whatever the hell people are doing. People at the top, people in the position that you want to be in, just start following them and seeing what they're doing. Start moving like them. Don't copy them. Like, that's the worst thing you could do probably, but start moving in that direction and see what shakes up. Getting into those networks, getting into those communities, getting into those spaces, all of those things are going to help in that area. But today we're going to be tapping into the charts. I had a feeling things were going to pull back a little bit before we go up higher. But if you guys want to drop any takes in the chat, if anybody want to come and join the conversation, you guys, I always say it, you can join, just be a PFP, or you can show your face like me. You're more than welcome to come up here to send me a DM. I'll try to check it and then bring you guys on board. But first things first, let's go ahead and take a look at Marinade Finance.
Marinade started in 2021 at a Solana hackathon. A small, bootstrapped team, pure conviction, and community. We introduced MSOL, the first liquid staking token on Solana, opening the door to Solana DeFi. When the market crashed, we stayed. When others pivoted, we doubled down. We grew with the Solana community, the ones who showed up, staked in, and believed. We didn't just build early, we built for the long haul. And we've evolved. From MSOL to native staking, from wait times to instant unstake, from open access to high-quality KYC verified validators. No smart contract risk, no shortcuts. Just secure, audited, non-custodial staking. Institutional-grade experience with retail accessibility. Because we believe fine infrastructure should feel like fine dining. And Solana just tastes better with Marinade. the best staking rewards, slow cooked since 2021. The chef's hat stays on.
You guys heard it there. The chef hat stays on, man. Make sure you guys are checking out Marinade Finance, taking advantage of the opportunities to stake your Solana. If you're betting on meme coins, I kind of got a feeling that you might be seeing a little bit of a decline on them, at least the launch pads, because they're just getting a little saturated. You've seen some, pump fun absolutely dominated the market, and to see everybody else coming up trying to, take a little bit of that market share. That's what you want to see. You want to see competition. You want to see people innovating, trying to, be the next top dog. But I truly think that Pump Fun is in a position that they are going to continue to kind of win that. They just got a lot going on with the creator capital markets and all of that. Whether or not you like it or not, it's there. They're showing up and they're believing in it. Just like you saw in that commercial right there. If you believe in something, you show up despite anybody else, and you have a product. That's the most important thing, is you have an actual working product. Some people, they don't have that. and that's simple as that. You don't have anything that anybody can use. So it's just one of those the situations. But guys, we're going to be taking a look at some of the bookmarks, some of the stuff that I saved throughout last week, some of the things I think we should highlight and talk a little bit about. Like, for instance, let me go ahead and share the screen and get this up here before we pull up the charts and take a look there. Let's see. Nothing in the chat there. Let me pull this up. And while you guys are hanging out, if you don't mind resharing, posting this, and getting some more people into the conversation, I would appreciate that. Is this where I want to go? No, I think this is it. Ta-da. All right, let's pull this up here. So, a new all-time high for TPS, that's transactions per second, in a single block was 100,664, setting the highest throughput ever measured on the network. That's absolutely amazing. We constantly are seeing more and more leaps forward for Solana, whether it's just the TPS, whether it's institutional investment, whether it's TVL. It's just growing by leaps and bounds. I mean, it is the future of finance, and I mean, that's hard to dismiss at this point. Let's see what else we got. We have Solana flipped all regional stock market combined. That's huge. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. There's nothing else. It's just that. So I want to look more into that. But Solana flipped all regional stock market combined. Solana is about to flip the NASDAQ. I mean, Solana is the SPX 6900, right? Let's see what else we got here. All right, this is what I wanted to really dive into. This is the Syndicate report. And as you can tell, it's revenue season. So let's take a look into this and see what this has to offer. Gonna slide this over here. All right, you guys probably can't see that as well, so let me blow this up for you. Yo, I got somebody coming at or Nick, he tried to make a jab at my age. He said it was an age thing. I'm gonna fight him one day. No, I'm just kidding. July was a big month for Solana. dApps revenue hit $209 million, up 25 cents month over month. That's 139% increase year over year. That's growth, guys. That's huge stuff. Secure and Solana Spot is the #1 dApps revenue chain with a 42% market share. That's extremely huge. Here's a full breakdown that we're going to dive into. This is from the Syndicate report, like I said. This just came in at, or July came in at 468 million, up 139 year over year, signaling a broad resurgence in on-chain activity. Again, I've been stressing this to you guys. Participation is huge. People are coming into the space. It's not just, oh, I'm going to get rich on a meme coin. Oh, I'm going to, get an NFT, because I mean, that's really not the case. NFTs ain't doing too hot. But people are using the chain, bottom line. Like, they are bottom line, just being active, utilizing what is available. So that's huge, and it's only going to continue to grow from here. I mean, Solana being where it is on the price, we got upside, guys. Solana is the dApps revenue leader. Solana leads with 42%, while Hyperliquid has accelerated into the second spot in recent months. A lot of people are saying that Hyperliquid has an opportunity to flip Solana. I think that they will be a player in the game. I see people talking about them all the time, but at the same time, I see a lot of people just talking about them because they're trying to extract money from what they have to offer. I don't see as much building. It's more or less just trading and the volumes that come through that. So we'll see how that plays out, because if it's just trading, you know what I mean, it doesn't have the same community like a Solana would. And I don't think you're going to beat that. I mean, on top of that, there's plenty of reasons why I think that the future of finance does remain with Solana. But seeing another dog coming up with the dApps, that shows you that, they are using the chain. Again, I don't know the depths of it. I don't really mess around with Hyperliquid too much, but we will look into it. And if it is, something that comes up a little bit more and more. But again, all I typically see are people talking about Hypeos, a couple of the NFTs that they flipped. Again, they're not holding on to them. They're not building within there. They're just trading and PFPing and whatever the case. But that's great. We want to see people making money. We want to see the high P&Ls. We want to see people excited to get into the space. So, that's something to say. Now we have high throughput chains are winning the dApps revenue race. They now collectively command 80% of dApps revenue, with 68% up from 68% a year ago. That's huge. Revenue continues to tilt towards these speed optimized networks, which is no shocker to us. We knew that this was going to be the case. Now, the thing that I have to kind of reiterate here, I shared this. I made a short video about this. There was, I think it was a 20% increase in the network size, which would increase the throughput, and it also supports the network and helps grow it. I mean, those are huge things that people kind of dismiss because there's so much noise with everything else going on, but that's the meat and potatoes of it all, guys. Like, if you have a fast chain that's being utilized, participating community members, you got institutional investment, you have ETFs that are filed, which is something I want to dive into, because there's a lot of them that are filed that are looking at October to get some kind of decision being made. And that is what I think is the catalyst. That's what I think we are kind of waiting for. That's why I think there may be a few weeks of a little bit of a downside, but let it start ramping up towards September, going into Halloween time and spooky time. We could see some violent moves to the upside. The charts are looking really good. We're going to get into them. Just hang tight. But definitely, stay tuned till the end, because we are going to take a look at that. Now, Solana's July revenue jumped 25% month over month to 209 million. However, the totals have hovered near 200 million for 5 months. That's huge. I say huge. All of this stuff is huge, guys. The all-time peak was January 2025 at 668 million, driven by the Trump meme coin surge. That's complete manipulation and shit like that. But, nevertheless, the numbers do work for us in that situation, to our advantage at least. But god damn, that's insane. That is a lot. But this is a culmination of Axiom, Jupiter, Bonk.fun, Pump.fun, Phantom, Meteora, Radium, Photon, GMGN.ai. I don't know what that is. Other. That's a good question too. But you guys can take a look at this. It's on Syndica's page. It's just a report that breaks this all down. Meme coin trading tools power the revenue base, contributing to roughly 35% over the past year. The share has rotated toward Axiom Exchange, helped by its fast sniper on Solana positioning, cheaper fees, points, and strong word of mouth. So I haven't heard of this, and I guess this is where you guys are going to get that strong word of mouth growth on this one. But let's take a look at this and see what the little chart looks like. Meme coin trading tools. So they have Axiom, Photon, GMGN, Trojan, Bloombot, Bonkbot, Maestro, BullX, another. I haven't heard BullX being said, and so yeah, I mean, that says a lot right there. It's not even remotely relevant. What's getting all of the Axiom is getting everything. I'm gonna have to go look at Axiom. You know what's funny about Axiom? That was going to be my graffiti name back in the day, but I changed it to something. I changed one of the letters because it was a play on words. But Axiom, it's a great word. Love word, solid word. Like, I even have a tattoo in my mouth that looks like the word Axiom. You guys will see that at another point, but very, very cool. I'm excited to dive into this one now. All right, let's go back and look at the other. See if this will swipe for us. All right, meme coin trading tool revenue share, bots, and social. So they are kind of on a downtrend because you got lower highs. You do have a higher low here, but we'll see how that plays out. This is gonna, I mean, again, this is probably going to pump up as the market moves. Give me 1 second, guys. I got a dog crying. What's up, bro? All right, dogs come first. Sorry about your luck. Let's see what else we got going on here. Breathe in the new day. So basically, trading tools down a little bit. You're seeing Axiom get a lot of the market share. I'm going to look into that and see what that one looks like. Kind of cool, interesting, all of that fun stuff. Now, we also have July finally reshuffled the Solana's DApp revenue leaderboard. Pump.fun generated 24 million in July, but ended its year-long #1 run, dropping to third behind Axiom and Jupiter. Interesting. I want to see where Bonk.fun, it doesn't even come up on here. Okay. Not bullish. Not very bullish on that one, but this is Axiom, the gray line somewhere down this thing. But we've got Jupiter and Pump.fun. They flipped right there. That's Axiom flipping him right here. Phantom. I mean, everything else is relatively similar. But that's the total DApps. But the top 8 is Jupiter, Pump.fun, Phantom, Axiom, Radium, Photon, Trojan, and BullX as far as DApps. All right, so Bonk Fun stole the meaningful mindshare from Pump Fun in July, which probably was the reason this happened. Let's see. Bonk.fun is a meme coin launchpad and a front end of Radium's launch lab. Supported by Bonk Inu and Radium ecosystems, its July revenue nearly matched Pump Funds. That's pretty good. But that also, I mean, if this wasn't here, that would be up here, just doing pretty damn good as well. But we'll see how it plays out. I like seeing the Launchpad wars, or whatever .fun wars. I don't care too much. Like I said, I don't really get into the meme coins too much. I have found other ways to spend my time in this space, and probably lost too much money on the meme coins. Sure, it's a skill issue if you say it is, but I mean, we'll see what happens at the end of the day. Axiom is #1 in Solana DApp revenue. Launched in January, it reached the top in just 7 months. A key watch point for Axiom is incentive decay once its points program ends. If volume holds, its execution edge is real. So what that means is for using the platform, you're going to get incentivized. You're probably going to get airdrops, rewards, whatever. That's why I got to look into it so I can answer these questions for you guys and tell you a little bit more about it. But the point is, likelihood is this drops down and kind of, blends in with the rest of these guys, just because, Jupiter alone should be probably higher than most things because of what they've done. Phantom, I feel like these would just be higher just by sheer name. But we'll see how things play out. It's all about rewards based and what's going to pay you more. That's the name of the game. It's pay to play. And most people, if they're going to get paid to play, they're going to go to that platform. And then they're going to continue to move on to the next one as they keep rolling out. And then you're going to see the reshuffling, so on and so forth. Syndica has another point here. Metaplex and Jito lead on-chain infrastructure revenue on Solana. Metaplex monetizes the creation layer, while Jito monetizes the ordering layer. Tips bundles competing for block space. In mint-heavy and hyper trading periods, they dominate the leaderboard. So this is the infrastructure revenue. You have Dex Screener, Metaplex, Jito, Marinate, and Sanctum. And you can see Marinate right here. This just breaks down by month, where they're falling into that. So next is Dex Screener successfully monetized the attention layer during the meme coin surge. It generated more than 13 million per month on Solana. That at $299 per listing update, meme coin creators pay an urgency premium to refresh token pages with accurate info and socials. So basically, when somebody launches a meme coin, did you pay for Dex? This is what that is. And, well, those are pretty huge fucking months. All right, so we have Streamflow. Broke out a 15-month revenue high at 281K. The team kept shipping, launching the referral system and a dust collector that helps users reclaim Solana token rent last month. All right, so that's great, but you can just go to Sol Incinerator and do the same thing, and I'm just going to shout them out because I love Sol Incinerator and the Slugs. They're just OGs. Been around since I've been around. I got to give them the love. But they show you right here the inflows for Streamflow. So, they're just making money. Not a bad report. Spot Dex revenue settled at 42 million. Most top Dexes excuse me, most top Solana dexes, Radium, Pump Fund, Orca, and Meteor now run native meme coin launchpads that funnel new tokens into their spot markets. I really don't think we need more launchpads. I don't think we need more meme coins. I just think that it's just penny stocks at this point, and people are just getting it's just stupid money. But hey, if it brings revenue in and it brings new users in, like last night we had a space with Gains, and he was talking about how he came from meme coins, went down 80% or so on his bag, and that landed him finding the community and this place over here. So there is a plus side to the loss of everybody's liquidity. So moving on, we got Meteor AG. Revenue is diversifying just in time for its MET TGE hitting 13.3 last month, and Meteor DVC launches migrate to DAM v2 protocols, while DLMM offers concentrated liquidity, creating a robust, multifaceted AMM. If you guys don't know what these are, like these letters and acronyms and all that kind of stuff, this is where I suggest you get a piece of paper and you write down the letters AMM, DMM, DAMM, DLMM, like all of this stuff. If you write it down, you go research it, you'll end up like me. You're going to have this book from 15 or, well, this is only 4 years ago, but you're going to have a book with a bunch of glossaries. I bring this up from time to time. I taught myself all of this shit because I was like, well, no one else is going to teach me. I might as well just start teaching, like pretending this is school. And that's literally what I said. And here we are 5 years later. Aggregated DePIN revenue has trended upward despite market swings, reaching 1 million in July. Real world demand powers the sector. Helium mobile data offloading. Yo, shout out to Helium. Where is my other phone? About to set a new one up today. I'm still waiting for my seeker. I need my seeker. Aggregated DePIN revenue trended upward despite market swings. We also have Render Network, GPU compute, and Geode Net, precise positioning. So just more DePIN revenue, just more reports in there. Bottom line, if none of this makes sense to you, don't know what Render, Helium, Geode Net, Hive Mapper, Nadix, Uprock, or XNet are, you're not alone. There's some of them I've never heard of before, but the point is we're seeing an uptrend and it looks bullish. We like to see those kind of things. I do know Helium. I like using their service provider. I think their phones work absolutely fine. I am a big supporter of that as well. So GeodeNet, this has set new revenue highs consistently since 2023. Operates at real-time kinematic or stations that measure local satellite error and broadcast live correction data. Expanding coverage and stronger partnerships keep driving growth. Again, you see the increase like this. Imagine this being your meme coin, like you bought into a coin like that, that'd be nice. All right, that's it. I think that's everything we got for the Solana DApps review or revenue. We're going to keep our eye out for more of these because I like going through these and kind of sharing them with you. We covered one of these the other day on, the status, or was it Status Solana? No, it was the last show, whatever we did. But we talked a little bit about that, and yeah. Yeah, that's bullish. All right, let's see where we are at right now. Give me 1 second, and let's go ahead and jump into here.
Down quickly, looking the lob, Zion's there. Plays it ahead of him. Down quickly, looking the lob.
All right, guys, we're going to take a look at the charts. And look, I did say that I think that we are going to see some downside over here. We have broken out of the trend. At least the trend line that we have here. This is, where the frick is my chart? My chat. And I see 46 of you guys have came into the stream. If you guys want to repost this, tag a friend, get them in here. We're going to be taking a look at the price action. If you got anything you want me to take a look at specifically as far as coins, we got about a half hour to dive and jump into that. If you got any topics you want me to research and kind of talk about a little bit more in depth, I'd be more than happy to do that. But number one thing is take your Solana and go shove it over into BTC Sol and start stacking your Bitcoin, guys. As it's going down, you want to grab more because when it goes up, the price is going to run up too. If you are behind on your bags and you need to start stacking more, it's a great way to get dual asset accumulation strategy implemented automatically, so you can be automatically dollar cost averaging yourself into Bitcoin. And that's the end game. That's where we want to be. A lot of fun stuff coming out with ZBTC, with the ZPL. Trust me, these guys are cooking heavily, and I would not fade the Zeus token. I'm just telling you, it's not just because I work there. I'm reading between the lines. I'm seeing what's going on in the chats. I'm seeing what's going on in the timeline. People are flooding it. The price is down, and I'm like, perfect. This is where you buy. This is where you believe in the builders. You need to believe in the people that have done things. The thing about BTC Soul, the thing about Apollo, the thing about everything that Zeus has provided and has done for Bitcoin on Solana, it works. Bottom line, it works. You don't have to look any further than that. You can say, oh, well, the price isn't up. Buy more. Or just be patient. Patience will always pay. Patience will always, give you the opportunity. I mean, just look at the freaking chart right here. If you weren't patient enough to, wait for this sell-off and this downtrend to reverse, you would have been at a loss and missed out on all of these gains. Bottom line, guys, patience will always pay. Let me follow this real quick. My bad. All right, let's get into this. This is on the week. We're at 115.722. Let's see the hour. Okay, I think we got a reversal in here. This is where I would long. Absolutely would go long here. This is the you got your blue crossing over on the hour. I mean, I might actually enter a position sooner than later, to be completely honest with you, because this is pretty bullish right here. So hang tight. We saw this happen here before it even went even lower. This did go below trend. We sold off into this. I mean, I kind of really expected this. We had such high, strength up here. Look at the channel. I've been showing this. Look at this right here. We're seeing the same kind of things. Down, up, bouncing right here in this channel. I mean, I guess I could even take this and move it down here, since we've been doing this consistently, and kind of just give us a better range and idea where things fall. It does get a little messy, but I'll deal with it. I'll be all right. I can live through this, guys. We've had worse, but this looks good. Let's see what we got going on. Do I do it? No, not right now. Okay, I'll wait to jump into the position. But right now, dude, I think this looks good. Like, not financial advice, but unless we have some kind of news that's going to bring this down, this is definitely going to run up. Everything's showing us that. We're looking at this right here. I mean, it might run up and come back down. It might go up to the trend and reverse and reject, or rather, right there. So just keep that in mind. But Bitcoin looks like you're in a position to go up. I mean, I'm just watching what it has here. If I go closer to the, let's just get 5 minutes real quick. Yeah, did we hit that top, that high? And then sold off right there. I would like to think that this is going to kind of slowly and creep its way back up. So I'm going to be watching this. This is a very interesting position to enter for me. Probably thinking, 10 to 20x leverage on it if I'm not going to be, tied into the charts all the time, just to make sure that I'm good to go. But let me switch the screen up for you guys, give you a better look. There we go. You see what I'm saying here, guys? If we zoom all the way back out, look at this, where it broke down on this line. Right there, it bounces. Let's bring this back to the hour. All right. Yeah, I like this, guys. I'm going to be keeping my eyes on this one. All right. Let's go and take a look at the chat. See if anybody's popped up in here. We got Whitty in the building. What's going on, Whitty? Thanks for popping in here, brother. Hope you're having a good day. Keep your head up, homie, and keep aiming for the stars. You're going to make it, bro. Let's see this one here. We're going to go ahead and switch over to salamis. I would expect we're going to see something similar to this. Hey. Yeah, we're starting to see this roll up here. If we can get some momentum up here, kind of switching the direction here. It's hard to see on that one. Let's zoom out a little bit. I always like to start from zooming out, see what the overview looks like. Take it to the 1 day. That looks good. I like that. You got a little bit of a trend up here, a little bit of a reversal signal. You're making higher highs, double top. It came down a little bit. Okay. Found some support at where this topped out and rejected. So if we can bounce from here using this as support now. Previously, we see this happening again over here. But since both of these double bottoms, we ran up to 260. Double top, we could go back down to this area. If Bitcoin does fall down, we could be heading in that direction. But we'll see how it plays out. I mean, maybe this does a little bit of a cup and handle situation. This would go roughly about 230, 220, something like that. If it does spike up from here and try to reclaim that 260 something. I do want to point this out just because I kind of... Oh, this isn't the right chart. You silly. Some. There we go. Same thing. Different day. All right. So... we're looking for this one. Is that, 230? That's where we're looking at. Perfect. So we have our cup handle, bounce up there. This one right here is the depth from here. Since it's filled that gap right there, we were hoping that this broke down and then it would run up. We're still looking for that, and it's just going to leg itself up. So we're looking at like 230s, and then the next stop would be 270s, and to fill that gap and probably do the same thing, leg off a little bit, and then start working its way back up slowly but surely. I like the charts, man. I like where we're positioned. I like everything that we see here. I know this looks crazy to you guys, but I'm telling you, man, this is a W. This is a cup. This is a handle. This is all bullish sentiment. You probably could even argue you got a little bit of a bull flag at the end of this thing. It's a little ugly, but it doesn't have to be perfect structurally. It just has to, work. I guess that is the best way to put that. We'll see how this goes. You do have a little bit of support bouncing like right there, and that's what I like to see. We dip down below that. Sure, you could see some lows, but we'll see how Bitcoin performs, and we'll continue to follow that one because I think that will be, underlying, factor. Of course, it usually is. We have seen points where other coins have outpaced and performed Bitcoin. So anything is possible. We're not going to rule anything out and say, no, that there's no way that could happen. Yeah, there is. There is actually. So yeah, take that for what it is. And let's see what else we got cooking. All right, maybe we'll look at some meme coins real quick. Let me close this one down. Add a new window. In the meantime, take a peek at this. This is a little update, a little bit more recent information from Marinade Finance. What the hell?
I was glued to the charts. Every dip felt like the bottom. Every pump, just the beginning. But it never was. I lost sleep. I lost some soul. Then, I lost myself. Until I didn't. There was another way. I didn't have to chase green candles. I could make my soul work for me. Marinade staking. Instead of betting on meme coins, validators were competing for my stake. Hundreds of them, competing for the highest rewards. But not everyone gets my stake. Only the best earn it. No downtime, no shortcuts. Sam automatically delegates my stake to the top validators. Miss the APY threshold? No stake. Underperform? bonds protect my rewards. And the best part? It works for both liquid and native staking. It's time to stop playing the game and start stacking wins. Minimize risk, maximize rewards. Marinade Staking.
Hey, look, I know we're talking about minimizing risk and maximizing your rewards. So that's why you want to break your portfolio down. So you have allocations for your Solana that's just being staked and stacked. You just want to put it in another pile over there. And sure, give yourself like 10%. I did a breakdown about, roughly if you had $1,000, how to break it down, how I would allocate it for somebody brand new beginning and getting in here. And they said, hey, I have $1,000. How should I, allocate that? One of the biggest things is putting cash, just USDC into a pile, and then putting your stake Solana over there, and then putting your other stake Solana in BTC Sol. So you're grabbing some of your ZBTC, which is Bitcoin on Solana. Grab yourself a bag of Bitcoin as well, so you can be dollar cost averaging, adding to the bag. I think it's super important for you guys to do that, especially if you're planning to be here for the long haul. This is the way that you protect the bag, because with staking, some of you guys may not know that Solana is inflationary, and this does protect your bag. This will gain rewards. So that's the best way for you to protect the value. Like when you put your money into a bank account, bottom line, there's inflation and you're going to have lesser value typically. And I think it was roughly about, 7 to 10% roughly. Don't hold me to a quote on that one, but just know that it is going up. There is that issue. So staking your Solana does protect against that. It does give you that added advantage. So if you had 30% of that, $300, I would take 150 into, basically one Sol here, one Sol there. Because with native staking and BTC Sol, you have to have at least minimum one Sol. If you want to stay liquid, that's the key. That's where you're going to be able to grow and, stack or create looping strategies where you're going to be incentivizing your APY. You're going to be able to add on top of that. So if you have your regular staked one, then you take your M Sol, you run that over to BTC Sol. You're just reworking that same system and maximizing the potential and the yield that you're going to be able to, collect doing so. But with that being said, we're degens. We'd like to have a little bit of fun. We need to be responsible, but we like to have a little bit of fun out here. So I'm not going to, say, don't look at these as opportunities. Don't look at this, because this is part of, look at all of the DApps we talked about. Some of the biggest revenue gainers are the ones. What's going on, Dev? Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate you. DApps, those are some of the ones that generate some of the most revenue. So that's where you do want to look at as far as like, all right, well, where could I get some money? I'm not saying throwing all of your money on tickers. I'm looking for communities. I'm looking for things that are reputable. I'm being straight up with you. Like I own Bonk. That's the only meme coin I own right now. I did, exit my position with Troll because I figured, I even have a chat with one of my buddies and I was like, yo, between X and Y, I'm willing to take some profits and lower my exposure on this, because I do think that it will top out, and I do think that there will be a point that it goes higher. Anybody that fights you on that, fine, it's cool, I don't care. Now I have more money to buy the bags, and it's at the bottom right now of recent price action. So with that being said, I do want to take a look at some meme coins here. And again, we got 13 minutes left. If you guys want to put anything into the chat, a little bit of a TA, and show you what I see on there, I'd be more than happy to. But take a look at Troll, guys. We got a nice bull flag right here. What a crazy setup. Everybody doubted us right here. I kind of said, this is looking kind of bullish. I like this whole accumulation pattern right here on the bottom. Troll is the most recognizable meme across the board. People know that for a fact. What the hell what just happened? I feel like crazy things are happening right now. I have no idea why. All right, back here. This is what I want to show you. So you got the bull flag right here. You got an opportunity because it keeps bouncing around this area. You did have some lows back here. You could have had a nice position to be up, on that one. Wouldn't have been a bad swing trade, but this is kind of looking a little, sendy if it does work out. If Solana takes a shit though, this is probably going to be coming somewhere down around here, to be completely fair with you. Like I wouldn't, I personally wouldn't be buying right here. I'm just saying, look at it. And if I miss the train, I missed the train. I'm not going to be upset about that. Again, this is only going to be a small allocation of my portfolio if we're basing it off of that, $1,000, for instance. But just take a look at this, see what you see. Start learning how to find your entries. I wouldn't chase. That's why I'm saying I'm going to be patient on this. I'm going to let it come to me. And if I'm right and this does, start to break down, it'll go down here. And I do think that we have a little bit of a downside just with the way things are looking. We're going to have to see how today's plays out in the rest of the week, surely. But that's kind of the situation we're in now. Like, let's just take a look at, these coins right here. This is Solana. It's all, well, HNT is up some crazy percent. You got Frax, but everything else is down. I mean, it's all going to show very similar, trends because it is Solana. It is just the way that the market moves. So let's see what else we can take a look at, and if we can find any other opportunities today. Because your red days are going to be your best days to buy and enter positions. Troll being down 17%. We got Retire down 10%. I'm just looking for the biggest. Oh, holy shit. Neat. Of course, Neat would do this. This is one of the coins we've talked about, and I was like, this one's just dumb, but it's up 35% when everything else is red. I can't make this kind of stuff up. This is not in employment, education, training. That makes no sense to me, but I love it. All right, let's take a look at the daily, and we'll see what this looks like. All right. Yeah, I like that chart. That's a nice W. This looks like it's going to move. Man, I was looking at this down here. I don't play with meme coins like I used to, so I didn't throw anything in it. And I don't want to throw. This is where I'm at with it too. I don't want to throw. Oh, you're not looking at the same thing. Sorry, guys. That's what I'm talking about here. I was talking about this down here, and I was like, man, you got some opportunities, and it kept spiking like this. And I was like, dang, this looks like some opportunity. Hey, you missed it here, but it has come back down. It is a huge W right here. And if this does send, you got higher lows. You have, filled the gap. You got the tops. If this does break down and give you a little bit of a, I mean, this is the daily. Let's go ahead and look on the hour. If this breaks down like a handle, like I'm kind of thinking this is going to play out. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it would look like. So the gap broke down here, and this runs up from here. You're looking at about here. Like if we can fill the gap and then how this plays out, this should shoot somewhere around this area. We have any price action there? Just this giant God candle. What a silly fucking coin though, for real. All right, so yeah, this is looking like it wants to go back up here. That's kind of what we were looking at, the 2 cent range. Not financial advice, but I'm going to look at the ones that I really care about. I was just curious about why that was up 30%. Let's take a look at Bonk. Bonk is the OG. Bonk is one of those things that I think that it's a staple. It's one of those things that's a portfolio pillar for me. It's one of those things that I think everybody should have a little bit of exposure to. They've done so much for the space and supported us when we had nothing. So we got to give the love back. At least I like to. So one thing I will do is this. Let's take a real look at this. All right. So this was dead all the way till here, and then 2024 came around. We started heating up, and then millionaires were made if they were able to hold on to the bag or buy this entry here. I have been covering this all the way back here, and I said, guys, this is like the only time that you're getting this entry all the way down here. It hasn't been in here in months, or a year rather, because look, 2024, and that was your last time to get in there. You went all the way up here, and it sold off dramatically. You've got your double bottom, send it back up top here, and that revisited these lows almost to a T, and then it started shooting back up. We only went into this area where there's a lot of congestion, and we found some resistance, but you have a W, you have a gap fill, you have your depth of the gap being right about there. So this looks like if this runs up, you're going to get some parabolic movement, or I mean, if you get another candle like this, this is going to be sending new all-time highs for Bonk. So I'm going to keep my eye on it. And again, I don't think that if you're not exposed to Bonk, that this is a bad entry. I think this is actually pretty good. Down 7% on the day. Not a bad play, in my opinion. Something to keep your eyes on. But let's take a look at Marinade, and let me find an article talking a little bit about the the Marinade campaign. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is marinade token. Let's go ahead and take a look in the daily or the day chart and go back here again. This is what I wanted to show you guys. This has been an OG community, or not community, OG company. It's been around forever. It's the token that we are currently working on to incentivize and give back to the holders and empower, align, and really be that token for the community and for the the DeFi areas. But if you look here, guys, just look at this, man. There's so much activity right here, but it's staying down low. You've seen some announcements, and we're actually going to take a look at those here. You're not looking at the chart, are you? This is what I wanted to show you. You see how you're down here at the bottom, and you have a bunch of spikes up here. You had some movement, and it's come back down here. I'm just saying, not financial advice, but you might want to do your own research and start taking a look at Marinade's chart because of this. So you need to read this. And if you didn't read this, well, here's your lucky day. I'm going to read it to you. Marinade DAO will soon use 50% of all protocol fees to buy back Marinade on the open market, which is this right here. And this marks a new era where all fees flow to the community treasury as approved with the MIP 11. We got a couple other proposals in store, but we're going to keep reading. The buyback mechanism was introduced in MIP 11, will be finalized in the MIP 13. It is a simple, transparent. Marinade is bought monthly using protocol fees and held in the DAO treasury. That's locking up the token and keeping some of that supply off of the open market, which is great. Why this matters is it gives the DAO a recurring rule-based ways to build its Marinade treasury. All execution will be tracked and managed publicly. And last but not least here, the MIP 13 will go live on Realm soon. There is a blog right here. If you guys have not voted, or if you aren't voting, you need to go ahead and get yourself set up. You got to go stake some of your Marinade token, and you'll have some voting privileges. Your voting makes you eligible for ASR rewards, well, automated staking rewards. 25 million Marinade will be distributed to governance participants in 2025, so make sure to vote. So basically, you just do, how Jupiter had their go vote and you get rewarded? It's a very similar thing to that. They're not the only ones to do it. There's a lot of people that use the ASR method, and it does lock it up for 30 days. You vote, and then it takes 30 days to get it out for that one. So just make sure that you don't need to use those funds. Make sure it's something you can set and forget kind of situation, and just, kind of add to it. But there's incentives. We're really pushing to, make this a token that people want to grab. Make it something that people are excited to, have in their wallet. They're constantly cooking over here at Marinade, so it's pretty simple to see it. Now let's see what else, if there's any other ones, because I think there is the migrate. Oh, you know what? Let's just look at my article. Let me go back. This breaks it down pretty good. How did I lose it? Right? Marinade. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, for the record, if you guys are looking at this, this is actually Marinade shooting the lights out with their MDN or Marinade boost on BTC Soul. Don't be sidelined. They're still trying to grab some. This is Nikki's rookie card, for the record. LA Stakers. All right, let's take a look at this here. So this is the updates. I posted this the other day. You guys could take a look at this. Sweeping governance changes. Marinade is preparing to... let me move this. I'm tired of looking over here, breaking my head. I got to move everything and switch this whole setup up, and we'll be better off after that. All right, so Marinade is preparing updates to align incentives and onboard new users. Expect stronger utility for Marinade holders and new reward mechanics that tie directly into staking products like MSOL, Native, and Recipes. Marinade Migrate campaign, which is going on right now. If you have Soul staked with an external validator, migrate to Marinade Native. You earn 10 Marinade per every 1 Soul. And you got to think, if they're working to, build Marinade up, we're working to, give more reasons for you to want to hold it, incentivizing that. migrating it over there, you're just winning. That's it. You're going to get tired of winning around here if you come into the kitchen. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get tired of winning. But it's capped at 1 million souls, so it's first come, first serve. So keep earning the best staking rewards on the market. Guys, we are, biased, but the #1 staking solution on Solana. Marinade on Revolt was just announced. It's now listed on Revolt. It's one of the largest fintech platforms in the world. This opens up a global exposure to millions of potential new users who can now easily buy, hold, and trade Marinade directly on their app. Like, the more and more listings that we get like this, it's just a matter of time. They come out and they see the homies, they see the kitchen, they see the chefs on the timeline having a good time cooking it up. It's a win-win. Let's see. Why does it matter? What is this all about? Well, governance changes and migration rewards equal a stronger community. Alignment. Revolt's listing massively improves Marinade's visibility and accessibility. Native staking pushes, strengthens decentralization and network security. So we got a lot of things going in that direction here, and it looks like we are going to hit our hour mark, damn near on the dot. So TLDR, new incentives to migrate to Marinade native, upcoming governance improvements for Marinade token. That's MNDE, and now it is also available on Revolt for global access. Marinade isn't just building a staking protocol, it's building a staking ecosystem. So make sure you tap into that and get yourself into the community. I want to hit 200 members by the end of this month. So there's 68 of you guys in here right now. I'm going to repost this right now, this little guy, and put this on my timeline. Step into the kitchen, guys. Come in here and see what's cooking. These chefs, I'm telling you right now, these guys are putting work in every single day. It's not just me on the timeline. One of the cool things I did see, actually, let's just take a look at that before we get out of here. I think we can squeeze this one in. Make sure you guys click that link and get involved. There's a lot to find out. If you're not versed in DeFi, if you're not sure what this all means and how to get involved, my DMs are open. You can join in the community. There's a bunch of people that can help you out. There's constantly threads being put out there. There's videos and tutorials, all these kinds of exciting educational tools, bottom line, to help understand exactly what Marinade has to offer. Last but not least, guys, I'm going to go back this. I didn't even notice this. Somebody posted this on the timeline. I honestly, I was blown away because I wasn't aiming at it. It wasn't my goal. It just was a byproduct of hard work, dedication, and the willingness to win. I just want to win. I just want to do the best I can and create impact and value in this space, and just be here for as long as I possibly can. I have no intentions of leaving space for any reason. I've been through the thick of it, and it would take a lot for me at this point to ever consider leaving this. But where is this thing at? Because this is really cool. All right, here we go. I don't know if it's still right here or these were what the listing or the leaderboard looks like, but somehow I ended up getting the top dog voice over here on Cookie's little InfoFi platform. I don't really spend a lot of time on them, but I was shocked, man. I sometimes I don't think that I'm doing good enough. I don't think that I have enough good content or people like it or anything like that. It's just because I'm like, damn, it's not hitting. But it's I just keep going and keep pushing, and well, apparently it was working. I'm happy to see that. Like I said, I think it is down, but it was even higher than that at some point. So that after I saw that, I was like, well, if we're cooking like that and I didn't even know I was, I'm going to put a little bit more intention and direction and start, creating goals and stuff like that. But this is what I'm telling you guys. If you just set some goals, set some affirmations in place, set a standard of what you want to do, and continue hammering the nail, continue beating on that path, and continue believing in yourself despite everything. I know it sounds crazy, guys, but it'll happen. You have to believe that it's happening for you, and you're working your way there. I tell people, practice being successful. If you start talking negatively, you say you hope, you wish, you're thinking lack of. You can't be that way. You have to think abundant. You got to think, I got this. You got to think I'm ready for it. If I'm not ready for it, I'm learning what's going to get me ready for it. I'm on my way. This is part of the process. Sure, there's some guys that stepped into this space. 3 months later, they had, dream job of their life. For me, Took me about 5 years, but I also stacked 3 of them at the same exact time, and I walked away from a salary position that most people would say, you're crazy, you had a great job. And it's like, I hated it. It's not what I wanted to do. I was trying to spend as much time here with you guys while working an IRL job. You know, one of the questions I had during my interview is why I haven't gone full time. Well, inexperience, one, not knowing much about, you know, how to find those positions. And then that's where I started tapping into people like Quicks. Success leaves clues, guys. And I started just, you know, conversing and rapping with him and just saying like, yo, I want to get better. What's some feedback? And I took it, you know, graciously, and I started to cook. And it's just, you know, things like Canary Capital. When I tried to get them on an interview, they came back and they shot me dead. No, why would we meet with some YouTuber with 1,000 some follows or subscribers, and that makes no sense. Unless you got $1 million, we're not sitting down to talk with you. And I was like, damn, okay, now we'll get to 10K. You know, sure, it's a little harder on YouTube, but I formulated a plan. I started to create shorts. I started to, you know, bullishly post 2 a day. That's what's, you know, after I get done this, that's where we're going to segue into next. That's why I had to kind of keep that like schedule pretty tight. But it was like, how can I improve this? Like, yeah, sure, it sucked here and that, and I was kind of pissed off because I was like, damn, dude, all I wanted to talk to you about was ETFs and like the cool stuff we're doing out here, you know? And you know, shot me down. It stung a little bit, but I said, all right, let's get back on the horse and let's figure this thing out. Let's see what I got to do. Let's find what metrics work. If you go to these platforms, they literally tell you like, this is what your audience likes. These are your best performing posts. Use the clues around you. Use your context clues. You know, success leaves clues. Whatever is working for you, keep doing that stuff, and you know, you'll probably be all right. But guys, that's all I got for you today. I really appreciate all your support, man. It means the world to me. We got Ticket Guy that popped up in here last minute. Let's show him some love real quick. But guys, again, I fucking did it. And I'm extremely like proud of myself, honestly. Like I don't even care. I don't need anybody else to say it at this point. I'm like, yo, it hit. And it took me a little bit for it to like really sink in, but this is the beginning of the rest of my life. This is like really, you know, everything. And it's every single day, every single downside, everything was worth it. Everything. And I think you guys have the same opportunities ahead of you. I think this space will provide those rails. You can't copycat other people. Like I said, I didn't try to become what Quicks was. I tried to learn from what he did and take notes and continue to build. Like one of the things I've learned from martial arts and kickboxing and fighting in general, take what you see, create what you want. So this guy's coming at you aggressively. If you guys were watching the UFC last weekend, the one dude, Pratis, whatever his name is, however you pronounce that, he was saying this. He was like, this guy's too aggressive. He's going to be coming in. So he was real calm, step back one time. This guy came shooting in. He did a spinning back elbow, clocked him in the head, knocked him out. First round finish. And they called it. They believed it. They saw it. They practiced it. They executed it. That's the same thing over here. It's the same thing in life. And if you can understand, like, take that recipe and just start implicating it to all the different things in your world, bro, you're going to kill it. And you ladies too, not just the bros. But all you guys are going to kill it. And again, something I personally have been doing is I put a male chef and a lady chef. It's not just men. We need some lady chefs in the building. So if you're a lady and you're looking to start cooking, get into the Marinade Finance community and, you know, start chopping it up. Drop some threads in there, you know, give us some memes. Let's see what's going on. Ask some questions, see what kind of strategies we think are the best, see what kind of opportunities are there. We got recipes around the corner. You know, all the stuff we're talking about with the Marinade token, buying it at the bottom right now while we're trying to, you know, work and build this thing into something that's, you know, that you want to hold for incentives. There's a lot of reasons to get involved with Marinade Finance, guys. And, you know, I hope that you took something with that. Again, if you guys aren't doing it, start getting yourself a little notepad, write down keywords, look them back up, look at them throughout your day. Have a good time. And one thing I will say, man, have fun, be safe. Don't be afraid to take profits in this game, guys, because you're never going to know if they're going to come back around. You know what happens to airdrops. We've seen this time and time again. They come up, you get an airdrop, and they drop down. Everybody says, I'm going to hold it. The only time I've seen holding an airdrop and staking it was Magic Eden. They 3x'd your bag. They just airdropped you, you know, 3 times what you put in there. So one of the only times I actually saw that happen. I got to do this one just because it's funny. I got to shout out the community over there with trolls. I just like the coin. I think it's fun. So.
Noah!
Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry! Larry, you can't just... Oh,
Larry! Oh, are you all right? How did...
Larry!
Hope you guys had a good morning. Hope you enjoyed the GM chat, and we will be back later on this afternoon with the daily stream. I've got a call later on, a few calls. I got a lot of stuff going. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be a busy day, but that's what we work for. That's what we plan for, and that's what we show up for. Thank you guys so much for all of your support and dedication to Solana Made Simple and helping me, live my dreams. Honestly, like that's what it's all about. I'll do this shit without you guys, but when you show up, it's a lot more fun. I'll tell you that. So take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your day. I'm gonna play this one out and then see you guys on the timeline. Peace.